98, the junior CYO presents Good Neighbors. The junior CYO presents Good Neighbors. I can't do anything with it.
Hey, Johnny, don't you think we ought to start a meeting?
How can we start, Ernie? It's about Pete and Al. Do you see anything of it, Tom?
Gee, I can't understand it. They knew the meeting was supposed to start at 4 o'clock.
Well, you're the president, Johnny. You can start if you'd like to.
No. Besides, Al's the secretary, and Pete and Al were charter members. They just gotta be here.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Maybe we should invite everyone, all the kids.
No, just the 5 charter members. That's all we need to disband the club.
It sounds so funny, despair. I still can't believe that this is our last meeting.
Yeah, and we'll have to take down the banner.
Susie made a pretty good job of that, even if she is my sister.
Sure, it was a fine idea having girls in the club, too, even if we didn't think so at first. They helped a lot.
Remember the cleanup rally we had and the drives?
And that write-up we got in the paper for all the good we did for our town, as though we were grown up.
I'll say, but gosh, fellas, we haven't had a new president in ages. I guess we're getting kind of old for this stuff.
Still no sign of Al and Pete. If we've got to break up the club today, I wish we could do it and get it over with.
I know, last meetings are kind of tough, but we've been putting it off and putting it off.
I guess we have to do it today.
Johnny, listen, maybe we wouldn't have to break up. Maybe we could call it a social club or something.
A social club? What fun would that be if we couldn't do anything?
I agree with you, Ernie. Clubs always have to have a purpose. They've got to be of some use.
But what could we do?
My dad says there's always lots of problems in iron out.
Such as what?
Oh, you know, help the world, that kind of stuff.
But what could we do about the world? We don't ever see much of it except our own neighborhood and in our own town.
And the mayor and the councilman take care of all that stuff.
I guess so.
There's the secret knock. That must be Al and Pete.
At last.
Susie, you can't come in here.
We're in, aren't we? Janie and I want to attend the last meeting.
For gosh sakes, I didn't tell him we were having a last meeting. Fellas, honest, I didn't. Susie, how'd you find out?
Oh, I just found out.
Susan, you can't stay in here because this last meeting is just for charter members.
Well, I ought to be a charter member. I made your banner, and Janie helped. Of course I did. Besides, we want to bring up a proposal at the meeting.
Oh, what?
A proposal. Well, what's so funny about that? That's what meetings are for, aren't they? Sure. You boys were always proposing and seconding and moving the nominations to be closed until it got tiresome to listen to. Hey, you listen here.
Never mind, Daddy. Susan, there aren't going to be any proposals at this meeting. We're just going to disband it, that's all.
Well, if Tom and the rest of you don't need this club room anymore, why can't we girls use it? We're sewing rooms, baby. Susie and I are going to be making lots of presents for Christmas.
A sewing room? Our clubhouse? For gosh sakes.
That's out. Absolutely out.
Imagine our clubhouse where important things have happened turned into a sewing room.
Well, if you boys don't want us to use it as a sewing room, why couldn't we make it into a playroom for everyone?
A playroom? What do you think we are, 2 years old or something?
No. What Susie means is...
Gosh, there's Al and Pete at last.
Open up, quick, hurry.
Quick, fellas. Lock the door.
I thought for sure we'd never make it in time. What's happened?
What's the matter with you?
Old man Perkins is after us. That's what's the matter, and gosh, he's mad.
Oh, man, Parkins. Oh, my goodness.
He's been chasing us all around the block. But I think we lost him when we hid behind your house, Johnny.
What'd you do, for goodness sakes?
We broke a window in his house. We were playing ball in that vacant lot next to his, and suddenly the ball went through the glass. We didn't mean to break it. Then we'll pay for it. We'll have to, but
Well, why didn't you tell him that?
I don't know. He came out of the house like a shot, looking so fierce, and he was just shaking his fist at us.
Gee, I run too. I've always been scared of that old man Perkins.
You couldn't understand what had happened to you. You just kept waiting.
Well, my watch was slow. Besides, I guess we kind of lost track of time.
Yes, he knows you're in here.
I suppose we've got him. Cheers.
I wish you'd never come here, Susie. So do I.
There goes nothing.
So here you are, very dear, running away from me? What do you have to say for yourselves?
You, Mr. Perkins, we're sorry. We didn't mean to break your window.
It was just an accident. We'll make it up to you. We'll pay for new glass.
Oh no, you won't. You do nothing of the kind.
What? What's that mean?
That window's been cracked for 20 years. Always meant to replace it, never have.
But then I don't understand. You're so angry.
Angry? Of course I'm angry. Wouldn't you be? Running away from me when I'm talking to you as though I were going to bite?
Mr. Perkins, Al and Pete, they were just frightened.
Frightened? Of course they were frightened. All of you are frightened. Scared to death of me. Well, aren't you? Answer me.
Well, yes, sir, we are, but
That's why I'm mad. Do you think I like it when boys and girls get out of my way when they see me coming?
But we thought,
Never mind, let me finish. Just because I'm as old as the hills, have white hair, and a scowl on account of my bad eyes, y'all treat me as though I'm a monster or something. I like boys, and girls too.
Yes, sir. Hello, Mr. Perkins.
But none of you like me, do you? Well, answer me.
well, no, sir, not right now.
There, I like a boy who tells the truth.
Well, Mr. Perkins, maybe it's just because we don't know you.
Maybe it's just that. Supposing we got acquainted. What would you say to that?
Sure, Mr. Perkins.
And I've got a couple ideas I'd like to talk to you about. You know that lot where you boys were playing ball?
We shouldn't have been there. We know that.
Nonsense. I'm glad you were there, and that's what I wanted to tell you, but I didn't hear you till the window broke, and when you came out, you ran.
Gee, Mr. Perkins, we're sorry now.
I've always wished that lot could be used for something, and lately I've been reading a lot about playgrounds. Nowadays, folks think every neighborhood should have one.
Yeah, and that's like a great ball field, all right.
And not only ball, it could be used for all sorts of games. And just for you, so you guys won't worry, I put a grill over that window of mine. And you know, I like to make it a community thing. You know those boys and girls who live over west in those apartment houses and don't have any yards? I'd like to get them in it too.
Sure, Mr. Perkins, that's a swell idea.
Of course, I can't do it all on my own, so I was wondering, will y'all help?
Sure, Mr. Perkins.
I'll say we
Of course we'll help.
we were just wishing there was something we could do.
Then
You,
we'll-
you see, we had a club, and we're going to disband. Yes, sir. They were going to disband and not use that club room anymore. Well, there isn't anything to do with that.
Now wait a minute, this club room will fit right in with the rest of our plans. This could be, well, a place where all the kids in the neighborhood could drop in.
say that's an idea.
I got some more furniture we could put in here. This could be, well, a recreation room.
Say, maybe we can get a pool table.
This could be a reading and a workroom too.
Workroom.
Sure, we girls can sew.
Now, Susie,
Wait, give the girls a chance. All of y'all must have hobbies or something y'all like to work at.
Yeah, I like to fix that old bike outside.
Yeah, I've always wanted to learn how to play pool.
There, all of y'all have something.
Look, some of us don't know how to do it and want to do it.
Well, that's easy. We'll get books, all sorts of books on crafts and hobbies. What would you say about that? Build up a fine library.
That's a swell idea. Gee, that sounds good. That'll really give us something to do.
Gee, maybe we can collect money to buy books.
And you know, you can learn how to do almost anything with a book. All kinds of books on crafts and hobbies, and games too. In fact, we can build up a fine library in this very room.
That sounds swell.
And some party books, so we give a party when we how to do it right.
I don't know about giving any parties.
No, wait, parties too. And I've got a fine library at my house, and I'll donate some books for y'all. All sorts of books that boys and girls like Treasure Island, Little Women series, and Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, we'll make it so any kid in the neighborhood can come in anytime they want to.
We can take charge of the playground.
One of us charter members can be here all the time to watch the boys and girls.
Well, boys and girls, it looks like though we've got our work cut out for us for a long time to come. If we're going to make this a community, a better place for all the children, I can't do it all on my own. So I need some help. It'll keep us busy for a long time to come.
It certainly will.
But if we can help all the boys and girls in the neighborhood,
You will. It's my opinion that if boys and girls are kept busy and interested, they'll never get into mischief or trouble. They'll grow up all right and have a good chance in life.
And we're going to help them
You bet we are. Books and hobbies for fine minds, and recreation and play for fine bodies.
Why, we can help make a better world, just like my dad says.
Yeah, we certainly will. And there's no doubt in my mind that with boys and girls like you working on it, that we won't achieve it.
Why, we can even call it the Teen Center, fellas.
Great idea.
Very nice play. The end. This is the nice audience. We had a nice meal.
In case you haven't read your program yet, that skit was directed by Lee Whitman, who is a sophomore at Mount Palm. Now we're going to serve coffee and dessert. We have a choice of bread pudding or brownies. And we're going to ask for your patience a little bit because the cast that just finished is starving to death. So we're going to take off and serve y'all and take a little time to let them sit down and enjoy the next play. So we'll serve you just as quickly as we can.
This is Sunday, February 1st, 1998. The senior CYO presents His and Her.
Hey, good evening, folks. Today we're gonna put on a play, His and Hers. It's a man's point of view and a woman's point of view, and give it a little bit of what it's kind of set y'all in the mood about it is. It's the man, common man, comes home to an unclean house. Y'all all know what I'm talking about. And so he's got a mother-in-law. Also know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Then you got the wife's point of view, and she just thinks all the pressure's on her. Nothing's her fault. But, I don't know. Well, I'll let you see for yourself two different types of views. You decide for yourself which you think is right, which my view is and is right.
This play is doomed from the start. Doomed from the start.
Hello, my name is John Mistletoe. Now, you may think that mistletoe is a happy name, one that brings people good cheer and all that.
This is Brian
Well,
Stuhlmeyer.
I am not a happy man. I work from 9 to 5 every day. I live in a house in the suburbs, and the place will be mine about 25 and a half years. That is, if the house and I last that long, which I seriously doubt. I go to work at the Alice Investment Company, and I don't have a bad job, about $16,000 a year, and I'm pretty lucky at that. I have about 1/3 left after Uncle Sam gets through with me. Yes, 1/3 left to pay commuting fares, mortgage, food, insurance, clothes, doctors and dentist bills, heat, water, light, and gas. Shall I go on? Oh yes, I go bowling every Tuesday nights. I suppose I've told you a pretty sad story so far, and the worst is yet to come. I am a husband. Oh, being married isn't that bad, and I don't mind it very much. There are times when my wife can be almost nice. We're like any married couple, Mary and I, and we find it pretty hard to agree on everything. We have a problem with them. We don't agree on anything. Maybe you can see through my point of view. I'm going to take you behind the scenes. You're going to spend one pleasant evening with the mistletoes. Then maybe you'll understand why every husband deserves a special medal for bravery above and beyond the line of duty.
I like that. I think only the men are clapping.
Yes, Ethel dear, I'm exhausted. What a day this has been. I drove the children to nursery school and spent the morning at the hairdresser. Bridge all afternoon. I just got home. What am I doing now? I thought I'd relax before dinner, before John gets home. You know how demanding husbands can be. What? Oh, no, I haven't done any spring cleaning yet. No, the vacuum cleaner's been broken for ages. I'll call the repairman one of these weeks. Well, I know you better go now, too. Goodbye, Ethel.
Hello, dear.
Why don't you put your coat in the closet where it belongs? You're always messing up the house. Do you think that I'm a servant? Well, it's about time that I know where it is.
Now I'm married.
You're home terribly early. Dinner's not ready yet.
I always get home at this time.
Seems earlier every night. My hands are getting ruined from washing the dishes.
It would be nice if you could afford a machine.
I don't want a machine. There's too much work in this house for one person. Now, if we had a maid.
Heavens, on my salary?
That's right, John. Your salary. Always bringing up an unpleasant subject. Why, couldn't we afford a maid, even for a couple of days a week?
I don't think I can swing it.
That's right. Everything for you. But if it weren't for an old bowling ball.
I don't spend much on bowling. I go on Tuesday nights, and I don't even own a bowling ball.
So I suppose you're handing you like $50 to buy one?
It would be nice.
Everything for you. Forget your poor, tired, overworked wife. It's easy if you leave everything for me. I clean the house and mind the children while you're gallivanting in the city.
I do not gallivant. I work at the Atlas Investment Company from 9 to 5 every day, and then struggle through 500,000 commuters to return to this happy, charming little house.
So you don't want to retire? Go ahead. Tell me that you're tired of me.
I didn't say any such thing. Do you have a surprise for me?
I don't know if I should tell you or not.
Don't tease me.
Mother's come to visit.
You're
Isn't that nice? She was lonesome, and she wanted to visit me, us. She's going to spend a couple of weeks with us.
A couple of what?
My own mother isn't welcome in this house. My sweet, old, unassuming mother. Oh, John.
I'm so glad to see Mother. There's no one else I'd rather see. She's such a fine person. Yes, a wonderfully old lady.
You insulted Mother. You called her old.
You called her old.
But when a daughter says it, it's different. You dislike Mother. Oh, yes. She never did anything to you. Why, if it weren't for Mother, you wouldn't have me. Would you?
You wouldn't understand.
I'm glad that Mother's come to visit. She'll see what a selfish son-in-law you are. Why, she helped me all day. She spent all day in that hot kitchen cooking your favorite dish. And this is your thanks?
She hasn't cooked Russian goulash.
Russian goulash.
You know I don't like Russian goulash. Mother's always getting me confused with your sister's husband. He likes Russian goulash. I think that Russian goulash is vile.
Go ahead. Hurt poor mother's feelings. You're so good at that. Poor mother. She helped me all day. She put the children to bed, and she sang them a lullaby.
Good grief. I have nightmares for ages.
John Mistletoe, all that I can say is, you're going to be nice to my mother, and you're going to eat the goulash. Mother, oh mother, John is home.
Hello, John. How are you? I think you're getting fat. Your hair's falling out. In a couple of years, you'll be as bald as a coot.
You always say the nicest things, Mother Trilby.
I hope you're taking good care of my poor little girl. This house is too much for her. She needs a maid.
What's the cost?
I've heard that one before. Mary's father was always screaming about money. I had to wait 30 years before I got anything out of him. And that was an insurance. Let's start eating. I have something nice for you, John.
What's that, Mother?
Russian goulash.
How nice. Like, only today I said to myself, wouldn't I like some Russian goulash tonight?
I'll get the casserole.
Well, you were still with her at least. That's it. Come along, John. I want to get dinner finished quickly. We're having company tonight.
Company?
Yes, you know that I'm going to play the lead in the club's play next month.
Do we have to go through this again? I don't like it.
We're not asking you to play. All the other husbands are interested in their wives' dramatic ability, but you're hopeless. I'm going to be in the play, and Mr. Crombie is going to be my coach.
Crombie?
Yes, they say he's wonderful. He runs a dramatic school in town.
How much will this cost me?
There you go, talking about money again. Oh, John, you're impossible. Mr. Crombie saw me at rehearsal, and he thinks I have real talent. He's going to give me a special dramatic course for only $100.
$100? But Mary.
I don't care what you say, John Mistletoe. You're not going to stand in the way of my success.
Mary, you don't have any real talent.
Go ahead. Everything you can to discard me.
What has this beast done to you?
But Mother Trilby,
Don't now mother me. I know you're kind, like the Dominique has in front of defenseless women. You're a fiend, John Mistletoe, and after I cook this tasty Russian goulash for you. Don't let him bother you, Mary. I suppose you told him about the dramatic lessons.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad the coach is coming tonight. It'll be nice to have a real gentleman in the house for a change. I'm not hungry.
Now see what you've done to Mother? You ruined her appetite.
I didn't do anything.
Don't let him bother you, Mary. I know when I'm not wanted, I won't stay here a couple of weeks.
Oh, Mother.
No, I refuse to stay. I'll only be here for a week or 10 days.
Let's forget about him. How is everything back home?
The town never changes. By the way, I saw Tom Holden the other day. My, he's successful. He owns that big house on top of the hill. He has 3 servants for his wife. Yes, Mary, I remember how Tom was always interested in you. I suppose, I don't really think he did very much with your life. And Jeff Marlowe.
Jeff?
They say Jeff will run for state attorney next year. I remember how you and Jeff used to spend hours on the porch swing. My, you would have made a wonderful attorney's wife. Speaking about success, John, when do you suppose they'll make you an assistant chief clerk?
Promotions aren't due for another year.
Yes, it's always another year. I suppose everyone can't be successful. What's the matter? You're not very hungry.
I like to take my time and enjoy the goulash.
I don't think you like it. I make it like I always do. Spoonful of red pepper, cayenne, paprika, mustard, horseradish sauce, and liver. What's the matter? You look greener on the gills.
Nothing, Mother.
I'm well known for my Russian goulash. Everyone talks about my cooking.
I can believe that.
I don't like how you said that.
Don't worry about him, Mother. He's just hurting. He's just trying to hurt your feelings. He's like that with me.
Yes, I know men. But there's just one thing to do. Go out tomorrow and buy yourself a new Justin hat. It never fails.
I'll do that. must be Mr. Cronkite. I must.
You always look the same to me, dear.
I don't have time to argue with you now, you jerk. Wait, Mother, we'll clear by the table.
But I haven't eaten anything.
You just stand in the way of your wife's career. Get away from this table.
Won't have to eat the goulash anyway.
No, you'll get it for dinner tomorrow night.
Now, this is a pleasure.
Oh, Mr. Cronkite, I'm so glad that you could come to my lesson.
All day I have waited for the arrival of this hour.
I almost forgot. This is my husband, John.
Ah, these humble surroundings, I found a diamond in the rough. The world is waiting for your great talent, man. Wait, don't tell me. I bet this is your mother. I recognize the charm, the ageless beauty reflected in her daughter.
How nice.
I feel that you have great talent too. But what are we waiting for? Let the rehearsal begin. Would you be so kind to stand somewhere else? Anywhere else?
Mary, you rehearse in the other room. I want to watch the fight on TV. Killer Chan and Rocky Mountain battling for them.
Oh, your old fight. He always buries himself on the TV set.
A husband. Here is your script. We shall begin with the love scene.
What about the fight?
Forget the fight.
Get
Your
involved.
glue sticks are in. Alright, do up to my voice. Isn't that right, Mr. Crombie?
Superb.
But I...
Get lost.
Oh, Ferdinand, you've come at last.
Yes, dear heart, I escaped the Tower Guard.
I wish I had escaped this ordeal.
Take me in your arms, Ferdinand, and crush me with that kiss.
What's this guy doing? Practicing to be a deep sea diver?
You wouldn't understand. That's the part.
Oh, Mr. Crombie, was I all right?
A fairly good performance, my dear. Oh, there are rough spots. You need more practice, a great deal more practice.
Hello, Mr. Mistletoe. I hope I'm not bothering you.
Oh, no.
You left your briefcase at the office, and I knew you were planning on doing some reports today, so I brought it up.
Gracious, I am forgetful. I guess you must be my family. This is Mother. This is Mistletoe's mother. There's my wife. Oh, man! Mary, this is my secretary, Miss Chester.
Whatever. Shall we proceed then?
By all means.
Mary Hurst.
So I say.
I seem to be in the way.
I really must be going.
Miss Chester?
Yes?
I'm very grateful that you brought my briefcase along. Now, there are important letters that I should talk to Donnelly and Donnelly. Would you do something for me?
Sure. What?
I'm presumptuous, but if you could type a letter for me, I'd be very grateful.
Sure. I'm not going anywhere tonight. I never go out.
Are you sure you don't mind?
No, I can bail him when I go back to town.
Mother, I'm going to write a letter. Mary, I'm going to write a letter. Mary! Mary! There it is.
Maybe we shouldn't disturb him.
If you'll step this way, we'll walk into my den. I call it my den, although Mary keeps her sewing machine there. I guess wives always keep their sewing machines in their husband's dens.
My name is Mary Mistletoe. You probably think that I'm the villainess of the piece after listening to John's side of the story. Well, there wasn't a grain of truth to it. Oh, John isn't a bad sort when he's not breaking things with his do-it-yourself repair kit or messing up the kitchen with one of those awful Sunday night snacks. I wish that you could see things my way. Wait, I think you can. Come with me and spend an evening with the Mistletoes and see things as I see them.
Mary, dear, isn't it time you stopped working?
My work is never finished, Mother. John is the way you knit it, and I have an garbage or carrying out the ashes.
I'll do it for you after dinner, dear. Heavens, you look tired.
Yes, and Mr. Crombie is coming tonight.
Isn't that the nice man who gives dramatic lessons?
Yes, our club is putting on a play for the benefit of homeless widows. It's such a worthy cause. I know that John will be terribly upset.
Husbands don't understand such things.
I don't think that John understands about anything. Are the children in bed yet, Mother?
Yes. Bless their 7 dear little hearts.
So good. John gets so angry when he finds them out of bed.
You should freshen up. Put on a little rouge and powder.
Rouge? Powder? I can't afford such things in the allowance that John gives me.
What does he do with his money anyway? Why, I've often heard him say he only goes bowling once a week.
That's Tuesday night. Monday night is the Elks. Wednesday night is a card game with the boys. Thursday night he always entertains out of town clients. And Friday night, well, Friday night he works late. With his secretary.
There, dear. You mustn't cry.
You know, I suppose I might buy John's favorite couch, and that would make him upset.
He'll be in a good mood tonight. I cooked his favorite, Russian goulash.
John never has a favorite dish, Mother. He's terribly unpredictable. One night he'll eat Russian goulash, and the next day he'll disown it.
Husbands are always unpredictable. That's what makes them husbands.
Got to love my clothes, Mary. What about them now? She's cleaning up after you give me my dinner. Mother Trilby.
John, dear.
Never mind that dear stuff. Where did you go to town?
This afternoon, I'm going to stay for a...
Well, hope you bought a round trip ticket.
This is Brad.
What's that smell in the kitchen, Mary? Are you burning rubber or something?
Mother cooked your favorite dish, Russian goulash.
That slop? Never touched that stuff.
John, my Russian goulash is delicious. Why, my husband always loved my cooking.
Well, maybe that's why you're with him now.
John, deal with what you've done. You hurt Mother's feelings.
Her feelings? Ha! She's a rhino, a horned rhinoceros.
I wish that you'd be nicer to Mother.
For Pete's sake, can't you freeload someplace else for a change?
You don't love me. If it wasn't for Mother, you wouldn't have me now.
Listen, don't remind me. I have enough grudges to hold this. Let's get over with. It's good to sit on TV tonight. I don't think.
A fight? Gracious, you know Mother frowns on fighting.
In the face of hers, I think she frowns at everything. Oh, could you punch me out, magazine?
Here you are. How was your day, dear?
Brother, it was murder. I spent most of the morning working on the annual office party. The only time I got to leave was for a 45-minute coffee break. Then I had to entertain out-of-town clients at the store club, flaming meal and all that. Guess we were there for about 3 hours. Back to the office, and the boss called me in to see his new golf clubs. I barely got away with the 5:05 train.
You poor dear.
You don't know what it's like in the city, Mary. You're pretty lucky to be in this nice house with the children and do nothing. What did you do anyway?
The usual routine. Scrub the cellar, wash clothes, took Jerry for his piano lesson, Margaret for her flu shot, drove 3 kids to the barbers, picked up the kids after school, washed, cleaned, scoured, dusted. Nothing unusual.
Sounds pretty routine, all right. Hey, where's the food? If I have to smell any longer, I won't be able to eat it.
Here you are, John, dear.
Looks like you lost the floor mopping.
Not talking to you, Mother.
You know, this stuff isn't as bad as it smells. I guess I'm pretty hungry tonight. The way I work, I need plenty of food. What's the matter with you two? You haven't eaten a thing.
We're not hungry, John, dear.
Mother, why don't you go and watch TV? I'll clean up the table.
Okay, Mother, partner over there.
What kind of guy? My kind of guy, Steve.
Giller, break it off. Break it off, Giller. That's it, Giller, break it off. Who's that? Why can't I enjoy the privacy of his own home for one single month? About the beauty treatment, who are you expecting?
I forgot to tell you, that's Mr. Crombie.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Crombie. He's the nice man who's going to be helping out dramatic club with our new play.
Are you going to make a fool of yourself for one of those things again?
It's forward, hard.
I'll bet. What about the fight?
Please put it off just for one night, John.
Hello, Miss Mistletoe.
Mr. Crombie, you haven't met my husband yet. This is John.
Well, let's get to business. Why don't we rehearse the love scene?
Now I want to see.
Ferdinand, you've come at last.
Yes, dear heart. I escaped the prison guard.
I'll bet he escaped this keeper, too.
John.
I didn't mean to go into rehearsal. It'll probably be the best comedy club on the stage.
It's not a comedy.
That's what you mean.
Oh, dear.
What's wrong?
I seem to have something in my eye.
Maybe I can help.
What's that guy doing? Practicing to be a deep sea diver?
Don't be jealous, John, dear. Hello, Mr. Mistletoe.
How nice you're looking. And that perfume.
Do you like it? It's the latest from Paris. It's called Evening in the Quarter.
Mary, I'd like to meet my secretary. Miss Chester, this is Mary.
Yeah.
I asked Miss Chester to take important dictations. Isn't that right?
Yes, but I'd do anything for Mr. Mistletoe. He's such a fine man at the office. Oh dear, why I forgot my pencil and notebook.
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll find everything we need tonight. Then.
But John.
Oh, go on to rehearsal. Don't let us bother you. Shall we go?
What?
Mother, did you see John's secretary?
There, dear. Everything's gonna be all right. Men are such beasts. Bless them all.
Now, dear audience, the defense rests. That is the true picture of the night in the lives of the Mistletoes. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Mistletoe?
Honey, I think that there's a dear mother-in-law and a Miss Chester and a Mr. Crombie in the lives of every married couple. That's what makes marriages so interesting.
I guess you're right. And you're not angry about the rehearsal?
Of course not. And you're not angry about Miss Chester and everything?
Why should I be? You married me, didn't you?
That's what I love about you, Mary. Sweet, kind, understanding wife.
And that's what I love about you. A kind, forgiving, gentlemanly husband.
Hey, Gay, did you get a snap?
And Susan, he does have a big TV.
And so do you.
I have mother-in-law number 1.
go into competition with the Archdiocese of New Orleans on Thursday night over at Immaculata High School. And I know our young people in the 6th and 7th grade have commented that, you know, they had so much fun and they liked watching these. And if a couple of moms might like to carpool, I think it only costs $1 to get in. And I think I would love to have our younger group and anybody else who's interested to see what we compete against. You may see some much better than ours. You may see some much worse than ours. But should we win Thursday night, the following Thursday, we would go into competition against 2 other schools who have already won their night. So there's going to be 4 plays the night we go on. And there was 4 plays going to be on the Monday after us. And they're going to pick a winner each night and a wild card from the other plays combined. But the other thing I'd like to mention to you, the director of our second play was the president of our CYO, who's only 18 years old, and she's a freshman at UNO, Melissa Champagne.
Whoa, is that camera on? Yep. Missy, the camera's on. Say what? No, he wasn't going. He wasn't like moving.
Everybody from the second play, I'd like to talk to you before you leave, so please come see me.
Yeah, we have breaks every day.
Dana Man.
Larry, how you doing?
I wish I would hang loose for a little bit. I'd like to get some pictures of y'all. I don't know, maybe we're taking what would be good enough for our scrapbooks, but we do like to put you in the scrapbook. And you all have to return the cafeteria to be ready for school tomorrow morning. So anybody who can stay about 15 minutes and help us do that. Thank you.
The play will be titled His and Hers.
Good evening, folks. Tonight, we're going to put on a production for you. It's called His and Hers. It sets you in the mood. It's the man's point of view and then the woman's point of view. The man a common man coming home to an unclean house, uncooked meals. You know what I mean? Then there's the dreadful mother-in-law. You also know. And then the woman's point of view. More, it's all the pressures on her. Well, you decide for yourself what you think is best. And if you think that the woman's right, that's good. If you think the man's right, that's even better. Because my personal opinion, I think that the man is right. So, enjoy the play and have a great night.
Hello, my name is John Mistletoe. Now, you may think that mistletoe is a happy name, one that brings people good cheer and all that. Don't let it fool you. I am not a happy man. I go to work every day from 9 to 5. I live in a house in the suburbs, in the place we mine in about 25 and a half years. That is, if the house and I last that long, which I seriously doubt. I go to work at the Alice Investment Company, and I don't have a bad job, about $16,000 a year. I'm pretty lucky at that. I have about 1/3 left after Uncle Sam gets through with me. Yes, 1/3 left to pay commuting fares, food, mortgage, insurance, gas, light. Shall I go on? Oh yes, I go bowling every Tuesday nights. I suppose I've told you a pretty sad story so far, and the worst is yet to come. I am a husband. Oh, being married isn't that bad, and I don't mind it very much. There are times when life can be almost nice. We're like any married couple, Mary and we find it pretty hard to agree on everything. We have that problem with, though. We don't agree on anything. Maybe you can see from my point of view. I'm going to take you behind the scenes. You're going to spend one pleasant evening with the Mistletoes. Then maybe you'll understand why every husband deserves a special medal for bravery above and beyond the line of duty.
Yes, Ethel dear, I'm exhausted. What a day this has been. I drove the children to nursery school and spent the morning at the hairdresser's, where it's all up in here. I just got home. What am I doing now? I thought I'd relax before dinner, before John gets home. You know how demanding husbands can be. What? Oh, no, I haven't done any spring cleaning yet. No, the vacuum has been broken for ages. I'll call the repairman one of these weeks. Well, I know you better go now, too. Your husband will be waiting. Goodbye, Ethel.
Hello, dear.
Why don't you put your coat in the closet where it belongs? You're always messing up the house. Do you think that I'm a servant? It was about time that I got raised.
Now, Mary,
You're home terribly early. Dinner's not ready yet.
I always get home at this time.
Seems earlier every night. My hands are getting a little bit mushy.
It would be nice if we afford a machine.
I don't want a machine. There's too much work in this house for one person. Now, if we had a maid.
Heavens, on my salary?
That's right, John. Your salary. Always bringing up an unpleasant subject. Why, couldn't we afford a maid even for a couple of days a week?
I don't think I can swing it.
Forget it. You can't afford anything for me. But if it were for an old bowling ball.
I don't spend much on bowling. I go on Tuesday nights, and I don't even own a bowling ball.
So I suppose you're hinting that you'd like $50 to buy one?
Would be nice.
That's right. Everything for you. Forget your poor, tired, overworked wife. It's easy if you leave everything to me. I clean the house and mind the children, or you're gallivanting in the city.
I do not gallivant. I work at the Alice Investment Company from 9 to 5 every morning, and then struggle through 500,000 meters to return to this happy, charming little house.
So you don't want to return? Go ahead. Tell me that you're tired of me.
I didn't say any such thing.
You're probably sorry you even married me.
I'm not sorry, but
But what?
nothing. Just but.
You're a beast, John Mistletoe. A cruel, selfish, unmitigated beast. And to think I had such a nice surprise for you
surprise. Did I get an income tax refund?
That's just like a man. Always thinking of yourself. No, you did not get your old refund. I have something much nicer than that.
What's that?
I don't know whether I should tell you or not.
Don't tease me.
Mother's come to visit.
Your mother?
Isn't that nice? She was lonesome, and she wanted to visit me. She's going to spend a couple of weeks with us.
A couple of what?
Aren't you happy?
Oh, yes, that's wonderful news. A couple of weeks.
My own mother isn't welcome in this house. My sweet, old, unassuming mother. Oh, John.
I'm so glad to see Mother. There's no one else I'd rather see. She's such a fine person. Yes, a wonderful old lady.
You insulted Mother. You called her old.
You called her old.
But when a daughter says it, it's different. You dislike Mother. Oh, yes. You dislike Mother. She never did anything to you. Why, if it weren't for Mother, you wouldn't have me. What are you thinking about?
Nothing. You wouldn't understand.
I'm glad that Mother's come to visit. She'll see what a selfish son-in-law you are. Poor Mother, she spent all day in that hot kitchen cooking your favorite dish. This is your thanks.
She hasn't cooked Russian goulash.
Russian goulash.
You know I don't like Russian goulash. Mother's always getting me confused with your sister's husband. He likes Russian goulash. I think that Russian goulash is hot.
Go ahead. Hurt poor Mother's feelings. You're so good at that.
With Russian goulash.
Shout it from the highest rooftop that you hate my mother's cooking. Make a disgrace of yourself. Poor Mother, she can always go away with a broken heart. She helped me all day. She put the children to bed, and she sang them a lullaby.
Good grief. They'll have nightmares for months.
John Mistletoe, I have all that I can stand. You're going to be nice to my mother, and you're going to eat that goulash. Mother, oh Mother, John is home.
Hello, John. How are you? I think you're getting fat. Your hair's falling out. Why, in a couple of years, you'll be as bald as a coot.
You always say the nicest things, Mother Trilby.
I hope you're taking good care of my poor little girl. This house is too much for her. She needs a maid.
But the cost.
I've heard that one before. Mary's father was always screaming about money. I had to wait 30 years before I got anything out of him, and that was his insurance. Let's start eating. I have something nice for you.
What's that, Mother?
Your favorite dish, Russian goulash.
How nice. Why, only today I said to myself, wouldn't I like some Russian goulash tonight?
I'll get the casserole.
Well, you were civil to her at least. That's an unusual surprise. Come along, John. I want to get dinner finished quickly. We're having company tonight.
Company?
Yes, you know that I'm going to play the lead in the club's play next month.
You have to go through this again? I don't like plays.
We're not asking you to support. All the other husbands are interested in their wives' dramatic ability, but you're hopeless. I'm going to be in the play, and Mr. Crombie is going to be my coach.
Crombie?
Yes, they say he's wonderful. He runs a dramatic school in town.
How much is this going to cost me?
There you go, talking about money again. Oh, John, you're impossible. Mr. Crombie saw me at rehearsal, and he thinks I have real talent. He's going to give me the special dramatic course for only $100.
$100? But Mary,
I don't care what you say, John Mistletoe. You're not going to stand in the way of my success.
that Crombie sounds like a fraud. Now, Mary, $100? You don't have any real talent.
Go ahead. Do everything you can to discourage me.
What has this feast done to you?
Now, Mother Trilby.
Don't now, Mother. I know you're kind. Like to dominate house and threaten the vessel's women. You're feed, and after I cook this tasty Russian goulash for you. Here, Mary, don't let him bother you. I suppose you told him about the dramatic lessons.
Yes.
Don't let him bother you, Mary. I'm glad the coach is coming tonight. It would be nice to have a real man in house for a change. I'm not hungry.
Now see what you've done to Mother? You ruined her appetite.
I didn't do anything.
Don't let him bother you, Mary. I know when I'm not wanted, I won't stay here a couple of weeks.
Oh, Mother.
No, I refuse to stay. I'll only be here for a week or 10 days.
Let's forget about him. How did everything back there?
The town never changes. By the way, I saw Tom Holden the other day. My, he's successful. He owns that big house on top of the hill. He has 3 servants for his wife. Tom always liked you, Mary. Yes, I don't think you did very much with your life. And Jeff.
Jeff?
They say Jeff will run for state attorney next year. I remember how you and Jeff used to spend hours on the porch swing. You would have made a wonderful attorney's wife. Speaking about success, John, when do you suppose they'll make you assistant chief clerk?
Promotions aren't due for another year.
Oh yes, it's always another year. I suppose everyone can't be successful. What's the matter? You're not very hungry.
I like to take my time and enjoy the goulash.
I don't think you like it. I make it like I always do. Spoonful of red pepper, paprika, cayenne, mustard, horseradish sauce, liver. What's the matter? You look greener on the gills.
Nothing, Mother.
I'm well known for my Russian goulash. Everyone talks about my cooking.
I believe that.
I don't like the way you said that.
Don't worry about him, Mother. He's only trying to hurt your feelings. He's like that for me.
Yeah, I know, man. Well, there's only one thing to do. Go out tomorrow and buy yourself a new dress and some shoes. It never fails.
I'll do that. That must be Mr. Crombie. I must look right.
You're always the same to me, dear.
I don't have time to argue with you now, you jerk. Quick, Mother, clear the table.
But I haven't eaten anything.
Are you going to stand in the way of your wife's career? Get away from this table.
Won't have to eat the goulash anyway.
No, you'll get it for dinner tomorrow night.
Matt, this is a pleasure.
Oh, Mr. Crombie, I'm so glad that you could come for my lesson.
All day I am waiting for the arrival of this hour.
Oh, I almost forgot. This is my husband, John.
Whatever. Ah, in these humble surroundings, I have found a diamond in the rough. The world is waiting for your great talent, madam. Wait, don't tell me. I bet this is your mother. I recognize the charm, the age's beauty reflected in her daughter.
How nice.
I feel that you have great talent too. But what are we waiting for? Let the rehearsal begin. Would you be so kind as to stand somewhere else? Anywhere else?
Mary, could you rehearse in the other room? I want to watch the fight on TV. Killer Chan and Rocky Mountain.
Oh, your old buddy. He always drives himself on the TV set.
A husband. Here is your script. We shall begin with the love scene.
What about the fight?
Forget the fight. The acoustics in here are ideal for my voice. Isn't that right, Mr. Crombie?
Superb.
But I want to watch the
Get
fight.
lost. Proceed with the fight.
Oh, Ferdinand, you've come at last.
Yes, dear heart, I escaped the Tower Guard.
Wish I had taped this ordeal.
Quiet. Take me in your arms, Ferdinand, and crush me with thy kiss.
What's this guy doing? Practicing to be a deep sea diver?
You wouldn't understand. That's art.
Oh, Mr. Crombie, was I all right?
A fairly good performance, my dear. Oh, there are rough spots. You need more practice, a great deal more practice.
Hi, Miss Chester.
Hello, Mr. Mistletoe. I hope I'm not bothering you.
Oh, no.
You left your briefcase at the office, and I knew you were planning to do some reports tonight, so I brought it over.
Gracious, I am forgetful. You must be my family. This is Mother, Miss Mistletoe's mother. There's my wife, the one with the man. This is my secretary.
Shall we rehearse it again?
By all means.
They're rehearsing.
So I say.
Seem to be in a way.
I really must be going.
Miss Chester,
Yes?
I'm very glad you brought my briefcase along. Now, there are important things I should get out to Donnelly and Donnelly. Would you do something for me?
Sure. What?
I'm presumptuous, but if you type the letter for me, I'd be very grateful.
Of course. I'm not doing anything tonight. I've never
you sure you don't mind?
No, I can mail it when I go back to town.
Mother, I'm going to write a letter. Mary, I'm going to write a letter. Mary! They're busy. If you step this way, we'll walk into my den. I call it my den, although Mary keeps a sewing machine in there. I guess wives always keep their sewing machines in their husband's dens.
Hello, my name is Mary Mistletoe. You probably think that I'm the villainess of the piece after listening to John's side of the story. Well, there wasn't a grain of truth to it. Oh, John isn't a bad sort when he's not breaking things in his do-it-yourself repair kit or messing up the kitchen with one of those awful Sunday night snacks. I wish that you could see things my way. I think you can. Come with me and spend an evening with the Mistletoes and see things as I see them.
Mary, dear, isn't it time you stopped working?
My work is never finished, Mother. John is due any minute, and I haven't emptied the garbage or turned out the ashes.
I'll do it for you after dinner, dear. Heavens, you look tired.
Yes, and Mr. Crombie is coming tonight.
Isn't he the nice man who gives dramatic lessons?
Yes, our club is putting on a play for the benefit of homeless widows. It's such a worthy cause. I knew that John was terribly upset.
Husbands don't understand such things.
I don't think John understands about anything. Are the children in bed yet, Mother?
Yes. Bless their 7 dear little hearts.
That's good. John gets frightfully upset when he finds him out of bed.
You should freshen up. Put on a little rouge and powder.
Rouge? Powder? I can't afford such thing on the allowance that John gives me.
What does he do with his money anyway? Why, I've often heard him say he only goes bowling once a week.
That's Tuesday night. Monday night is the out. Wednesday night is a card game with the boys. Thursday night he always routines out of town clients. And Friday night he always works late. With his secretary.
There, dear. You mustn't cry.
No, I suppose I might buy John's favorite chair, and that would put him in a bad mood.
He'll be in a good mood tonight. I cooked his favorite, Russian goulash.
John never has a favorite dish, Mother. He's terribly unpredictable. One night he'll eat Russian goulash, and the next day he'll disown it.
Husbands are always unpredictable. That's what makes them husbands.
That's about my shoes, Mary. Don't bother them now. You clean up after you give me my dinner. Mother Trill.
John, dear.
Never mind that dear stuff. When did you go into town?
This afternoon. I'm going to stay
Well, I hope you
home.
buy a round-trip ticket. What's that smell in the kitchen, Mary? Are you burning rubber or something?
Mother cooked your favorite dish, Russian goulash.
That slop? Never touched it.
My Russian goulash is delicious. Why, my husband always loved my cooking.
Well, maybe that's why you're a widow now.
John, now look what you've done. You've hurt Mother's feelings.
Hurt her feelings. She's the hide of a horned rhinoceros.
I wish that you'd be nicer to Mother.
For Pete's sake, can't you feel it someplace else for a change?
You don't love me. If it wasn't for Mother, you wouldn't have me now.
Listen, don't remind me. I have enough emotion with the whole bird as it is. Let's get it over. There's a good play on TV tonight, and I don't want to miss it.
A fight? Gracious, you know Mother frowns on fighting.
With the face of hers, I think she frowns on everything. Harry, you Maxie. Bring on the boys, Mother Trilby.
How was your day, dear?
Brother, it was murder. I spent most of the morning working the annual office party. The only time I got to leave was for a 45-minute coffee break. Then I had to entertain out-of-town clients. At the store club, flaming you on all that. We were there for about 3 hours. And back to the office, and the boss called me to see us in the golf clubs. Barely got away with the 5:05 train.
Poor dear.
You don't know what it's like in the city, Mary. You're pretty lucky to be in this nice house. with the children and do nothing. What'd you do anyway?
The usual routine. Scrub the cellar, wash clothes, took Jerry for his piano lesson, Margaret for her flute shine, drove 3 kids to the barber, picked up the kids after school, washed, cleaned, scoured, dusted, nothing unusual.
Oh yeah, sounds pretty routine, all right. Hey, where's the food? If I have to start any longer, I won't be able to eat it.
Here you are, John dear.
Looks like you lost the floor mopping.
John's always joking, Mother.
You know, this stuff isn't as bad as it smells. Guess I'm pretty hungry tonight. The way I work, I need plenty of food. What's the matter with you two? You haven't eaten a thing.
We're not hungry, John dear.
Mother, why don't you go over and watch TV? I'll clean up the TV.
Okay, now the park it over there. You're gonna love this fight on TV tonight. Plenty of blood for. These guys are killers. That's a killer. Break it off. That's a killer. Break his jaw. Who's that? Why can't a guy enjoy the privacy of his own home for one single night? Hey, why the beauty treatment? Who are you expecting?
John, I forgot to tell you, Mr. Crombie is coming tonight.
Mr. Who?
Crombie. He's the man who's going to help our dramatic club put on a new play.
Are you going to make a full dance out of yourself in one of these things again?
It's for a worthy cause.
Oh, what about the fight?
Please, John, turn it off just for tonight.
Okay.
Hello, Mrs. Mistletoe.
Mr. Crombie, how nice. You haven't met my husband yet. This is John.
Well, instead of doing the flower rehearse the
Now that I want to see.
Ferdinand, you've come at last.
Yes, dear heart, I escaped the prison guard.
I'll bet he escaped his keeper too.
John.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean a room rehearsal. It'll probably be the best comedy your club ever staged.
It's not comedy.
That's what you think.
Oh dear.
What's wrong?
I seem to have something in my eyes.
That can help.
Hey, what's that guy doing? Practicing to be a deep sea diver?
Don't be jealous, John dear. Hello, Mr. Mistletoe.
Why, hello, Miss Chester. How nice you're looking. And that perfume.
Do you like it? It's the latest from Paris. It's called Evening in the Quarter.
Wonderful. Mary, I'd like to be my secretary. Miss Chester, this is Mary.
Yeah.
I asked Miss Chester to take some important vacation. Isn't that right?
Yes, why I'd do anything for Mr. Mistletoe. He's such a fine man at the office. Oh dear, why I forgot my pencil and notebook.
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll find everything we need in my den.
But John.
Oh, go on to rehearsal. Don't let us stop you. Shall we go?
Mother, did you see John's secretary?
There, dear. Everything's gonna be all right. Men are such beasts. Bless them all.
Now, dear audience, the defense rests. That is the true picture of a night in the lives of the Mistletoes. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Mistletoe?
Funny. I think this is a dear mother-in-law and Mr. Crombie and
Miss Chester, in the lives of every married couple. That's what makes marriages so interesting.
Then you're not angry about the rehearsal?
Of course not. And you're not angry about Miss Chester or anything?
Why should I be? You married me, didn't you?
That's what I love about you, Mary. Sweet, kind, understanding wife.
And that's what I love about you. A kind, forgiving, gentle, manly husband.
I've been so inconsiderate. From now on, you're getting out of the kitchen every Saturday and Sunday. I'm taking over.
And from now on, I'm going to take an active interest in everything you do at the office. But darling,
Yes?
you needn't worry about taking over in the kitchen. Well, you know how things are always a mess. And,
What do you mean, mess?
well, things are always getting spilled, and I wish you wouldn't experiment with those awful tasting menus.
Is that it? Suppose I don't have any right in my kitchen. Good old John Mistletoe. Pay the bills. Keep the wolf away from the door. Stay out of the kitchen. Maybe it'd be better if I slept at the YMCA. Nearly forward my salary every payday.
No, John, I didn't say that. You don't have to be so gruff.
I know what you said. Another thing. I didn't like that crack about you snooping around my office.
I didn't say that I'd snoop. I merely wanted to help.
Help? What do you know about the business world? What do you know about anything?
That's right. You make me feel like an incompetent idiot. You're a beast, John Mistletoe.
Nag, nag, nag.
Mother warned me about men like you.
Mother? Why don't you buy her a new broom so that you can fly away to some other relative for a change?
You impossible man.
Good night, folks.
Today is Mardi Gras Day, Tuesday, January 24th.
February 24th.
February 24th. February 24th.
Take an overall view. I took a couple pictures. All right, y'all. Hey. It must be from out of town.
Thank you. Sue.
This is Dad. He complains he's never on a tape. I'm trying to look for Crocus to zoom in and he's wasting my damn battery.
The red button on, record?
Yeah, that's him. Now, not for him, let me look for some Crocus.
You didn't hit the recording, did you?
No, that's recording. What, is it record?
Oh, okay.
Huh? Any of them coming by? I can't find any Crocus right now, but that's the blimp.